So we're going to go ahead and get started again. And hopefully something cool will happen. Let me make sure the controller is working. And it is. I played it on mouse and keyboard last time. And frankly, it was really, really hard. I think I had to switch it to easy. Because I kept getting my butthole reamed. And I felt bad because I loved my characters so much. I did not want them to lose because of my incompetence, so I actually set it to easy, so I would feel a little bit better and allow characters to have a good life. This time I'm not so concerned, but I do want to see what it's like playing with a controller. So we're just going to go standard difficulty. Subtitles on aim assist, don't think we'll need it, because again, we're not trying to win. I'm not going to make it boring by just letting the computer absolutely cream me. But when it comes to the matches, I'll do my best to make sure the computers win, to see what kind of dialogue happens, how our rival characters, I won't necessarily call them villains, how the rival characters handle things when they actually win, and how our characters, our cast, handles things when they lose. I'm very curious to see what happens. I'll be reading all the dialogue, and I'll try to make some interesting points along the way. But sometimes, you just want to kind of vibe. Again, this is Supergiant. Everything looks good, and everything sounds good. They can essentially do no wrong. Your days in the downside brought slow, lonesome agony. Now as you lie yielding to the elements, something rumbles into view. 3 shapes emerge, each clad in strange attire. One thing I love about this game is all proper names, nouns, places, people, ideas, concepts are all highlightable, so you can get a quick understanding of what it means. With a little bit of flavor text, it really, really helps build the world. And it's great for reminders. If you haven't played in a little while, they're going to throw out a lot of interesting, unique place names, people names. It can be hard to keep track of it all. So it's a really good way to just get a nice refresher, okay, that's what they're talking about. If there are pictures or something involved, they'll add those too. It's really perfect when it comes to this world building and the narrative that they're going for here. So the downside is a vast purgatory into which the Commonwealth casts its convict and its enemies. None have been known to return from the Forsaken Land. Another piece of filth expelled from the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth is a proud country risen from the ashes of a fallen empire, home to a multitude of ethnic groups. Sounds okay so far, but obviously they have some harsh punishments. Founded on principles of mercy and kinship, whose exact meanings evolved through many centuries, so likely those principles of mercy and kinship no longer mean what they used to. See, right on schedule. What'd I tell you? You told us we would find someone alive. Someday? I said we'd find someone alive someday. Just not today, I guess. Don't be glum. Now I see you frowning underneath that mask. Looks like she's breathing. The mask wearer presumes you are female. Interact to change this. I don't know if it changes anything. I've done a male character before. I don't necessarily feel like correcting them. Let's just go with it. It seems she still is. Then stand aside. I shall send her to a better place. Jesus, see? She? You can tell. Hang on, the markings on her rags. I think she's one of them. But look at her. She's beyond our help, and we are beyond hers. Broken, shaking, starving, probably diseased. Yeah, good luck with that. Chum. Give back at the wagon. Indeed, the great day grows dim. You have at best an hour. Understood. I won't pot. Hello, my friend. Don't care who you are or what you did. None of that matters anymore. All of us were equal. Nothing's down here. Of course, again, Supergiant game. Everybody's attractive. Doesn't matter. I think there'll be a few exceptions. And even then, everybody's got a kink. You are parched, he gives you drink. You ache, he binds your wounds. You hunger, and he gives you food. Little by little, it helps. There, turns out you're tougher than you look. Name's Hedwyn. Come on. Hedwyn is one of the 3 masked wanderers who found us clinging to life in the downside. Cool guy. You sense no ill intent as he helps you up and leads you to an old black wagon, nothing like the stately vessels that paraded Commonwealth criminals through alabaster streets. So, some parts of Commonwealth are doing quite well. Hedwyn beckons you to enter the black wagon. Let's go on inside. Can't be worse than the wastes. The weather-beaten wagon is much a mess inside as out. You see the masked woman and the talkative creature taking stocks of ancient-looking books. I'm back. And with a guest. She loosens the clasps on her mask. You may call me Jodariel. And as for myself, the small one struggles with his mask. Jodariel soon assists him. Ow! That is to say, you may regard me by the name of Rookie Greendale, the smallest yet loudest of 3 masked wanderers who found you clinging to life. Such pleasantries out of the way, the horned woman then motions to the other. She glances at you sidelong as she speaks. Can she do it? Hope so. I haven't asked her yet. What? Then what are we waiting for? Hey, sister, nice meeting you and all, but tell me something. You know how to read or what? He's asking if you are a reader. A reader is something special. It is someone who can derive meaning from text. Literacy has been prohibited for centuries. Those with knowledge of the old ways violate the land of the law. So people who can read and understand the past are persecuted against, likely because they know too much, and perhaps they could... Again, I don't remember everything about this game. We know that the Commonwealth has changed somewhat. They've implied it, so perhaps being able to read would give someone insights into what Commonwealth is supposed to be compared to what it is now. So literacy is taboo. He's asking if we're a reader. I'm going to admit it. Never deny being smart. We want to rebel. You confirm their suspicions. There is no use trying to hide it now. Well then, glory days, because it just so happens my associates and I, we got ourselves some nice material here for someone just like you. Reader, you still live thanks to us. We ask for something modest in exchange. Open one of those books back there and tell us what it says. Social commentary. Indeed, there's, despite this game being super old, it still feels very relevant. Sorry to put you on the spot like this, my friend. The exiles indicate the books in their position. Let's have a look. To the book. You pick up one of the old, heavy volumes bound in materials you do not recognize. Forward, a formal welcome undersigned by the 8 scribes. You, dear reader, are an exile of the downside, such as we, the 8 who wrote the Book of Rites. That you possess it and have capacity to glean its words, its testament enough, your potential. Thus we reveal a path from this forsaken place to freedom, a homecoming and glory. The stars themselves shall be your guide. Ere the turning of the year's first solstice, seek the nearest longitude beneath the brightest of 8 as they align as shown. Arrive as a triumvirate clad in the raiments of the rites, bearing this book. Oblige the voice that tells you more. This can be hard to read, so a good part of the game is have it in plain text. Thankfully not without the flowery language. That should never go away. The book describes a complicated method through which exiles can return to the Commonwealth. The words swim through your mind as Hedwyn gets your attention. Well, friend, what does it say? Then your vision starts to fade and blur. You feel your body weaken and give out. I'm weak in the knees just looking at everybody here. We got hot dogs, we got hot demons, we got hot boys.
Reader, dare you tamper with forbidden knowledge?
Always.
So soon after your sentence into exile.
Can't get much
'Tis
worse.
True what the book says. You can be free again. Perhaps not you yourself, but someone worthy of the privilege. You witness now the path toward salvation. You witness the rites.
The rites.
The one way to return to glory. Though in your
Glory.
case, I hardly think it possible.
Tutorial
By
here.
the grace of the scribes, it is my duty to inform you anyhow.
It worked. I'll try not to talk over the announcer. He's got a really fun voice. Better than anything I can do. And he does have some significance. And it's one of the only like full voice acted parts. So I'll leave that to the professionals. I'm just some dude. It worked. So it is true. Yeah, but what now? And where'd the reader go? She should still be out there. For now, we have to put our faith in her. She could abandon us. She won't. It's true, I won't. I love you all dearly. You look upon the three of them from beyond as Hedwyn then calls out to you. Reader, we aim to free ourselves. We will not grow old and die in the downside. Fight it, brother. Now, I swear to you, when we get out of here, you are going to come with us. But first, we need your help. Show us the way. Freedom. You focus all your mental faculties to do as Hedwyn asked.
A celestial
So,
orb
this game is
falls from the
secretly
heavens when the
sports.
time is nigh.
We're going to play basketball in hell for people's souls. So you can pick up this ball, this orb, pass it amongst your three members. Whee. Act as one. So the gimmick, only one person can move at a time. Whoever is holding the ball will have options. We have a sprint, can run super fast, and we can run out of our energy there, and that slows us down for a bit. So the way that we win is by taking a little sports ball from hell, putting it into the opposite goal, like soccer or basketball. So whoever plunges the ball into the opposing team's Pyre, there's the name of the game, is out of the game for some amount of time. Now obviously, it's sports, so there is an opposing team. And everyone has this little aura. Different people have bigger auras. The aura's job is to take out the people who have the ball because they lose their aura. And so will you if you have the ball. Some characters are faster or slower than others. Their auras will be bigger, and their little casts will also work differently than others. And we'll take out this little guy. So their whole team is gone now, giving us free access to their Pyre. But they will come back just like we will come back. Grasp the orb. So when we have the ball, we are vulnerable to attack, to people running into us, tackling us, or casting it at us. But these auras only exist on the ground, so we can jump over them and still get into the Pyre. So now Ruki's back. So let's go ahead and try to win. So he's going to try to come after us, and I'm going to throw the ball in basketball. A boom boom. So they've given us some objectives here: extinguish the Pyre and try jumping, which still requires stamina. So I ran out of stamina, so couldn't do it. Whee! I can play as this person. I can jump. I can pass. I'm gonna take their attention away and jump.
With grace,
So graceful. Whee! And jump. Oh, so that's what happens when we lose, but we can use our team member here. So the demon character Jody has a much stronger aura than the others, but she also has a different type of she operates a little differently. All the character types are going to activate and work differently. Different builds.
Or do you? This was but a glimpse of that which lies ahead. I would tell you to turn back, cast down your hope. But all those such as you never listen.
No, got nothing to lose. We're down here in this verdant lush hell. We might as well try to get out. The others are still picking themselves up as you awaken. Well, that was something. That was our way out. So now we just follow the stars, or what? Supposedly. Reader, come, let us regard the night. Jody leads you outside where a clear night sky awaits. Did Jody say anything? She's the most imposing of the three masked wanderers who found you clinging to life. Now, show us, before the Howlers catch our scent, where shall the rites commence? So the rites is the ancient ritual competition through which the worthiest exiles regain our freedom. The 8 scribes gave their freedom so that we may yet have ours. Prayer from the Book of Rites. So at some point, the downside has existed for a while, long enough to have its own lore and mythology. And there is a way to regain your freedom and escape the downside, but you have to obey the rules, and you have to go through the proper channels, as it were. You gaze at the stars, so let's seek out our next destination. Oh, go to the only real place that we have access to yet, but this will kind of act as a roadmap for later. See lots of cool places that we will be able to visit. All these big stars will be places for us later. Let's go. Next destination. 200 leagues due east, the Ridge of Goal. So according to the stars, our next rite shall commence here. The fossil remains of the serpent titan slain by Athenian, yet loom over those living in its shadow. So there was some kind of fighting going on. The scribes, the same guys who wrote our big book, and who created the rites for freedom, also were responsible for slaying some hell beasts of some sort, the Titans. Great, and we're supposed to be there when exactly? Very soon, according to the stars. You should be able to arrive in time if you make haste. And we best get started. Well, this ought to be good for a few laughs at least. What do you say, Jody? Jody turns to you, studying you. Reader, do not deceive us. Pray we make good use of our remaining time. What she means is, glad to have you aboard, sister. Counting on you, friend. See you inside. Freedom, the rites are the key. There's a lot to take in. Fellow exiles await you in the wagon. Let's join them. Here we go. First real look of the downside. I like that it starts off very green and vibrant, colorful, but it will have its own biomes that will switch around the color schemes and make the place feel really real. And despite it being a giant prison land, you arrive in Downside Prairie, one of the Downside's only verdant regions. It only gets less hospitable as you press further north. Where the road ahead is forked, there is a lack of consensus about which way to proceed. I'm telling you, we ought to take the northern pass. Got an associate holed up in Hollowroot I've got to pay a visit to besides. So Hollowroot is the northern route to the Ridge of Goal. Through a small exile encampment every so Often tempests come and scour away the huts and hovels, but they always crop back up. Fine, your associate. Best we head to Bloomingpool and avoid attention. The southern route to the ridge goes through a humid area packed with hot springs. Runoff from the sandfolds means no bathing in the springs, so they're just there to mock you. And get stuck in a bog while we're at it? The dispute continues as Hedwyn listens. What if the reader settled this? She marks the way, we get us there. These rites are meant to test our faith, and we best learn to trust the reader's instincts on our path. No second-guessing her along the way. Can we all live with that for now? Yeah, sure, if necessary. Then it's settled. Just point the way, my friend. The stars guide us through you. You may now choose a route towards your goal at certain junctures. So, we'll get split paths occasionally. Different characters will ask for different things. To my knowledge, to my memory, there's no social meter. So doing one doesn't necessarily mean that the other person's going to be more friendly to you, but you'll get a little bit more dialogue. They'll talk amongst themselves if you choose someone over someone else, and then you'll get different perks. Jody thinks that she can find a rare flora here, and Ruki says someone owes them something up this way. When I first played the game, I did a lot of Jody stuff. I'm really fond of her. I think she's really cool. I didn't do a lot of stuff with Ruki, so I think I'll remedy that now, and we'll do some Ruki time. He's a good boy. So we can see an encampment off there in the background. Likely where Ruki's associate lies. As you pass through the squalid little area, you hear boisterous voices coming from what looks to be a public house. Ruki stumbles forth from it, holding something in his paws. Oh, hey, sister, just wrapping up a real important exchange back there. Hang on to this for me, will ya? We'll have to drop it off if we head further north. You received a plain parcel. Train item. This can be sold at the slug market. Certain types of luxury goods somehow find their way down to the downside. No surprise that there's corruption down here, or some kind of black market. I wonder what Ruki's connection to that is. Journey onward. He's got an associate, ties with some kind of underhanded dealings. And here we go. The black wagon grinds to a stop at the base of the where the next rite shall begin. The others ask you to assist with making preparations for nightfall and the commencement of the rite. So before a rite, you can either go straight to it, or you can go to your wagon, talk to our teammates, and get more lore from the Book of Rites. I'll do the reading of the Book of Rites. It's got a great story, great world building. It definitely makes the place feel more lived in. If people don't want me to do that, let me know in any way, and we can skip all that stuff. But for now, I'll just go for it. If you don't like it, you can skip it, I suppose. The First Exile, in the words of Gol Golathinian, Master General. You know perhaps the thrice-cursed name of Solium Mur, the Emperor of Sar, the First Exile, and my liege. I'll go put it like this, just to make it a little easier. This chapter concerns him and those who found him in the downside. Each of us was sent to take his life. Such was the hatred for him and around his country. Yet we found in Solium Mur a man transformed in body, mind, and spirit, a man deserving of much more than mercy. In time, he named us all his scribes, and he became the eighth. It is my greatest honor now to share with you his deeds. To know his story is to know the rites. So this will get us a lot of background about what the rites are, who the scribes are, how freedom is attained, all that good stuff. We'll get new pages constantly. We can look at our wagon here. We've got an intricate sigil, Jody's throw rug, Edwin's cooking tins, What passes for cooking supplies on the downside, Headwind does most of the cooking. Jody's throw rug, fashioned from a howler's hide, sends their ilk a clear message. Jody says not to step on it. You've got some cute little friends up here called drive imps. Creatures such as these must have been bred to push the black wagon along. Got an attic ladder. The way up to the wagon's drive imp centrifuge. Only imps can fit up there. Got a Greentail family portrait, a reasonable likeness of a younger Rookie with his mother and uncle. Got a common room where we can view our roster. We'll go there later. But let's see what Rookie has to say. Hey, sister, appreciate you taking us up through Hollowroot back there. About that, are you certain the parcel will fetch us an adequate price at the slug market? So the slug market is a crude trading post found in the downside. Commonwealth contraband sometimes finds its way to the downside where it's traded and sold. Surely we could have procured some sort of rare fungus had we gone the other way. We have procuring rare funguses there, Jody. We said we wouldn't go around second-guessing our good sister's decisions, right? Jody says nothing in response, but soon changes the subject. She'll be okay. Night falls soon. Come along, Greentail. We have much left to prepare. Two of them soon go about rummaging through their raiments, and the books strewn about the wagon, leaving you to your own devices. Nothing much for us to do here. If there ever is something to do there, our wagon will have a little indicator. Let us commence the rite. Our first trial. As darkness falls, your fellow exiles stand together clad in the raiments of the rites. The preparations are set. However, everything is still and calm. Soon they grow restless. Keep telling you, there's nothing here. What a bunch of idiots we are. We traveled all this way for nothing. I don't think we did. Look up. The rites commence. The goal of each rite is to extinguish the adversary's pyre.
Freedom!
Clearly.
The stars align at last. You reach the Ridge of Goal at the appointed time, and your triumvirate is ready. Your adversaries in the teeth can be the accusers.
Seem like chill dudes.
Whose ever pyre yet burns once the other is extinguished shall step closer to freedom. Now let the rites commence.
Alright, so here is our first opposing team. Again, very much like sports. Lots of different teams that have their own unique rosters and stuff. The stars are aligned and your pyre burns bright. Across from your companions appear several others clad in raiments, your adversaries in the rites. Everyone ready? Let's hope so. Be still, we have a visitor. The one whom she refers to steps forward. At last, the Nightwings grace us with their presence. The Nightwings is the name of our triumvirate dressed in blue. It seems your fellow exiles have assumed their identity. I see that the reports of your demise have been exaggerated after all. Even I was beginning to think you were gone for good. Nobody moves save for the man robed in gold who unfastens his mask. Lindell. Surprised to see Lindell again? He's the exile triumvirate you encountered at the Ridge of Goal, the accusers. I trust you remember my face, though you must have assumed never to see it again after last time. Never had I come so close to freedom, only for you to dash my hopes. Now everybody's fighting for freedom, so grudges and bad vibes are gonna permeate the place. Now, I and the accuser shall repay that affront. The accusers, an exiled triumvirate clad in gold, their leader harbors ill will for something he thinks you did. So someone's freedom means someone else's continued exile. He shoves his mask back on and takes position with his comrades. It is time. From the shadows you clutch the Book of Rites and focus at the task at hand. Here we go. Time to channel all of my sports knowledge and wit. So let's see what happens if I kind of just dick around. this one that I'm allowed to lose? Oh no.
Woe is you.
Oh, they'll just kill themselves. Alright, well, I'll score a couple of points, so this isn't just an absolute slog and just abysmal time to watch.
Like that. You elude banishment using such tricks.
Yeah, so by throwing the ball instead of tossing your whole body in there,
Alas for headwind.
you get to keep your teammate. So it's good to have extra defensive options. Alright, you guys are embarrassing yourselves. Yeah. Go on, get a point. You can do it. Oh yeah, look at you go. Go. Bring them in.
Grow weak.
Oh no. So this is supposed to be like a tutorial, that's why, you know, it's so
Oh, there goes
kind of
headwind.
an embarrassment. They're just leisurely strolling on in a walk in the Stygian Park. Just as I thought, they have grown weak. Then hear me, accusers, stand your ground, let your auras boil in rage.
It seems that you have flustered the
Oh, no.
accusers.
We got under their skin. We can still do this, but they've hunkered down. Fine, then we shall disrupt their formation.
Have you any
Alright,
idea
so
what that
seems like the
meant to
tutorial
be
is
to
not
deserve
yet
this
over.
exile? Shall it be? Indeed.
Indeed. Verily, and such. Alright, they're gonna try to actually play again. I mean, this is still kind of like a tutorial, so I'm not sure what happens if they win. So we'll be learning something today. If you have not played the game before, and if this interests you at all, I highly recommend it. If you enjoyed even like a little bit of Hades, the characterization, the story, all that, this game is for you. This game is for everybody. Even like a sports noob like myself.
And it is done.
It is done. So, I mean, they try to make it pretty easy on you. So let's see what happens.
For you, you've the remainder of your lives to gain more competence.
Indeed. I let you win. I'm not crying, you're crying. You and the Nightwings may have experienced your first defeat, but this is not the end. Of course not. Rather, this is an opportunity for you and your fellow exiles to press onward. Headwind, for example, learned a valuable lesson this night. A rush of enlightenment gained from surviving a tough situation, awarded only this one time, so don't expect to get awarded for all of your losses. Through failure, do we tend to learn the most valued of lessons, provided we survive. Book of Rites. Absolutely. This is something that I believe very strongly in. It's one of my big things that I talk about when teaching. In high school, it is a relatively safe environment. At least I tried to make my class a safe environment for a safe place to fail. Whether that means failing a quiz, failing a test, hopefully not failing a class, hopefully by doing poorly on something now, and in this relatively controlled environment, you learn what you did wrong, you learn ways to grow, things to do better for next time, and when it comes time for the next assessment, you have extra knowledge, extra tools, extra skills that are going to help you get you through it. That's one of the good things about school. At least, I can only really speak for myself. But it is a safe place to fail, and failure is an extremely powerful teacher. Just like me, I'm also a very powerful teacher. I mean, just look at me. I ooze masculinity and power. So too has Jody, not in spite of this setback with the accusers, but because of it. So, People here are learning good lessons, and Ruki is no exception. He has gained more insight here as well. Your fellow exiles all shall gain enlightenment and learn and grow from what transpired. It is an excellent life lesson that the game teaches you quite early. And your story shall continue. The choice of whether to accept such outcomes now and all throughout your quest is to be yours alone. I could not accept it last time because I loved my characters too much, and I felt so bad when they lost and didn't get their freedom. I love too hard. The accusers do not suffer fools or their pitiable attempts to use deception. So mark you now my words. When next we meet, your defeat this day shall pale by comparison. Chill dude. Frickin' chill dude. Real cool. Go to the bar, hang out kind of guy. Alas, come all this way only to fail. It's okay, Jody. No need for sorrow. This was just our first such opportunity, and now we know the way. Should I tell him? So, even though we did poorly, we all still got points for a valuable lesson. We have withstood worse nights than this, though few is strange. So everybody has essentially a level up bar with different ranks you get just by playing, by practicing, giving them tutoring time, and just having them participate in the rites. As they gain enlightenment, they will essentially rank up. During those rank ups, you get skill points. And they have these little skill trees. There's only 4 ranks, so there's only 4 skills per tree, but they are 2 sets of options, and you can mix and match. You don't have to do all 4 of one or all 4 of the other. You can take, 1 from here and 3 from over here, or 2 and 2. So it is really nice to allow you to customize your characters a little bit. It gives them some unique builds that you can play around with. I think there's a way to reset them, but I don't recall. The game's winnable no matter what. You're going to get a good story no matter what, and I think that's where this game really shines, is its story. So, for example, Jody can get Relentless Vigor. After banishing an adversary, Jody instantly recovers all her stamina, which is pretty good if you're actually trying to win the game. She's got an excellent cast. It's very wide. It's a little slow, but it can hit a lot of people. And her dash is pretty powerful as well. So if she can dash onto somebody, banish them, maybe she can get close to somebody else again and knock out, 2 members really quickly. So she has that. At the start of her rite, Jody's Pyre automatically gains 35 extra points, so gives you a lot more defensive options, gives you just some slack. Jody permanently gains 4 presence, raising the size of her aura, so her aura gets even bigger, which helps even more with banishing. And any adversaries banished by Jody take 30% longer than usual to return. So going down this route just means she's going to be taking scrubs out and keeping them out, just helping you guys survive longer. Long stride. After using her rush to lunge forward, Jody can rush again right away. So it's kind of like this one, but stamina also is used for jumping and stuff. So this one requires you to actually hit somebody. This one does not. On this tree, when landing from a jump, Jody briefly stuns nearby adversaries, making them drop the orb. And for 7 seconds after saluting her adversaries, Jody deals an additional 10 to the adversary's pyre. And Jody can banish adversaries by flinging the orb into them. So this one feels a little more offensive. This one feels slightly more defensive. Either way, she's a bit of a powerhouse. I think I'll go with, if she banishes somebody, she gets all of her stamina, because that just seems pretty nice. But, I can get both. They can combine together to have a nice little unity, synthesis, synergy. Solium Mur relinquished comfort, lineage, and title, yet still cling to life.
The demon scribe bestows his favor.
See, so no one else leveled up, but that's fine. After the rites, the accusers disappear into the darkness. As you return to the wagon in the still night, you see a single star burns brighter than the rest, beckoning you onward. So our next destination has been set. The longer you charge your hold, the more damage it does. So if you have a lot of time, you can do a lot of damage and not lose lose your team member. Well, my friends, what can I say? The rites are real, and we're in. The Getting Out of Here Club. Next up on the agenda, keep chasing stars until we're free. Until we are free. Until we're free. Here. Sounds fine. Might as well be us instead of Lindell back there. They add any information about Lindell. Cold-mannered head of the accusers bears an old grudge to the Nightwings against them. Anyway, I guess we better start packing. As the others go about their business, Hedwyn turns to you. Reader, come, walk with me while the stars are still out. Some alone time with a boy. You and Hedwyn walk in silence for a time before he speaks up. You have questions. Come, ask away. We need you in on this for the long haul. So we've got some options. Why he was exiled. Ask how he got into this. How he got the wagon. Ask why he cannot conduct the rites. Why you cannot conduct the rites yourself. Why can't you participate? And ask what happens if you refuse to help. I think we only get to ask one. I would never refuse. I'm going to ask why he was exiled. Seems like the most personal, interesting answer or question. You ask Hedwyn what he did to get sentenced to living in the downside. He maintains eye contact and his smile. Always smiling. Good question, my friend. We're going to have a lot of time to discuss that and many other things. Make you a deal. Read the stars for us again, and I'll tell you all about it on the way. You sense he speaks truly as he beckons toward the fading dark above. Let's go seek out our next destination. Let's fucking go to the stars. To Jomur, the Dusk Star. The Dusk Star burns bright over an ancient spring in the Jomur Valley. Another Titan, likely slain by one of the scribes. That's a long way north and west. We'll see if this old wagon's fit for it. And he turns to the others. How's it going, rookie? Imps fed, wheels clean. Status, Jody? No sign of howlers. Everything is secure. Good. And get some rest. We're headed to the Spring of Jomur. At dawn, we're off. So the Spring of Jomur, the next site of the Rite. The Alpha Chief hoped bathing here would cure his ailments, but it only made him itch. Alright, someone wants to talk to us again. More Rookie. What up? You find Rookie rummaging in the corner of the black wagon. Hey, sister, you know what? It's good having somebody else around besides those two. So, come to think of it, there's something I wanted to get your take on, and you have to promise to tell me honestly. Would you say... What I mean is, he hesitates, trying to find the words. Look, what I'm trying to say is, you sense something serious is troubling him. He moves in very close, making sure no one else is in earshot. It's about my mustache. I've been getting some conflicting reports. Would you say my mustache? That it makes me look a bit, unscrupulous. I think he looks great. I can't imagine him without it. I think it adds character. Sure, it's a little mustache twirly Saturday morning cartoon. Tie a lady to the train tracks, but you can't twirl a mustache without opposable thumbs, which I'm not convinced Rookie has. So if you can't twirl a mustache, how evil could you be? Oop, lost control. My control there for a second. We're good. I think it looks great. He's stylish as hell. You suggest that Rookie's mustache looks perfectly fine. He grins wide at you. There's his green tail, his namesake. Couldn't agree more, sister. I knew straight away that you're a real judge of character. Yeah, we got some brownie points. Brownies, another thing that Rookie can't have. So we might as well take all the brownie points. Anyway, got to check the wheels again for mites. See you around. He bounds off out of the wagon. Bye, Rookie. And yay, Rookie feels good. He got an extra hope. Onwards. Alright, nothing is sparkling to get my attention, so let us head off. Continue our journey. Here we go. To the Jomer Valley. Rookie knows this mountain pass through to an arid region further north. So we're passing through the plains, the prairie, into someplace a little bit different. Beautiful shade of purple pink there. To a desert. The climate here in Jomer Valley is hot and uncomfortable on top of that. In Jomer Valley, exiled curs roam this sand-swept fossil wasteland. Excuse me. Among the 8 scribes, the Alpha Chief Jomer Mneming took a special liking to the place. We have a stowaway. Home. We can go home? She must have latched onto the undercarriage as you cross the ridge. Her manner is odd, though you sense she means no harm. She must have overheard some of your fellow exiles' conversations. Need but say the word, Hedwin. Aw, come on, you can't be serious, Jody. She's just some kid who managed to climb aboard our wagon undetected, but still. Do it, Jody. Jody approaches the girl and looms over her. An intimidating sight, surely. Listen to me, girl. We cannot guarantee that we shall get you home, or any one of us. But at present, we have room for you and adequate provisions. You may accompany us for the time. Jody leaves without awaiting a response, presumably to make room in the wagon for your new guest. She's a softie. The stowaway is overjoyed at this. I'm a sucker for tough-looking characters, scary people that have hearts of gold, that are all softies. Like Kanji, Persona 4, or Jody. Really, you're so kind. You're most kind to someone you just met like me. May the 8 scribes smile upon you. Some revere the 8 scribes as gods, believing they bound themselves to exile so that others could live free. The ultimate sacrifice. Centuries of oral tradition have shaped the history of the 8 scribes into myth and legend. So, the downside has existed for hundreds of years. The 8 scribes were along for the beginning of it. We will certainly learn more about them. She claps her hands, bursts into laughter, and performs some sort of dance. Ruki stares at all of this and leans in close to Hedwin. She's very eccentric. Hey, so what gives? First the reader, now we're taking her along? What, are we going to take in every mite-bitten drive imp we find now too? Easy, Ruki. I think you'd want for us to bring this one along. Ooh, Sandalwood? Sandalwood is the apparent name of some mysterious informant of Hedwin, Jody, and Ruki. I thought you said he asked we find someone to fit in every type of mask. Near as I can tell, yours would fit her just fine. He asked that we use our best judgment. Besides, if we send her away, she'll go telling anyone she finds about us. We can't risk that right now. So, I can come in? It's very hot. I'm a little thirsty. And a little tired, too. Yes, you're welcome here with us. One question, though. What do we call you? Well, this is embarrassing. I think, but I don't know for sure. It's just back home, they called me lots of names, like for the color of my hair. They made fun of you just because you got gray hair? That's it, my name. It rhymes with gray. My name. It's just, they called me lots of names. You sense the girl was struggling to recollect a certain name she felt best suited her, but we can help her think of one. I think last time I named her Faye, because that's super pretty. But gray is my favorite color. Can I just call her Gray? Gay, bay, lay, nay, tay, che. I'll go over here. I'll call her K. You suggest that the stowaway girl's name is K. Why, that's it. My name is K. My name is K. She's overjoyed. Such a sweetie. Where I am from, they called me Kay the Unkempt, but I guess maybe you don't have to say that part, because I didn't really like it. So she's a young vagabond girl with an odd manner and an unshakable sense of curiosity. Your fellow exiles decide to bring Kay along for now. She almost collapses from exhaustion, so you take her in and show her somewhere she can rest. Kay joined the group. She's tired but excited. It's a frickin' mood. We've moved to like a different color palette here. Nice oranges and reds and yellows. Usually not my favorites, but they make it work. The black wagon arrives on a somewhat peaceful stretch of Jomer Valley. Your companions wish to hole up here for the night to give Kay and all of you a little time to rest. Consider our options, and let's see who wants to talk. Alright, well, let's talk to Kay. Kay seems to be recovering well since you found her. She seems fascinated by everything and everyone in the wagon. Change the way I'm sitting here for a second. Excuse me. Ah, there we go. Oh, hi, miss. You were the one who knew my name. You guessed it right. You did. Thank you for your hospitality. I've just been eating with the Emps and talking to the wagon. This wagon, he and I are the same age, almost to the very day, but I am older by 3 weeks, so I'm giving him a hard time. Little brother, I call him. He's a good wagon, isn't he? He will take us very, very far. My little brother, sure, he pulls at my hair at times, and I don't like it very much, but he is family. I am happy to be here with my family. I thought that I had lost them all again. Oh, but we have stopped now, haven't we? Then I should go outside to dance in case the scribes are watching. Bye, miss. I didn't use a lot of Kate last time I played the game. I didn't interact with her much. Nothing against her, but there are just so many good characters. So I'll try to interact with some people I haven't interacted with before to make this a fresh experience for me. And then hopefully a couple people would like to try the game after this. It's pretty cheap on Steam. You can interact with whoever you want to interact with. The game is just great like that. There are really no wrong answers. Everybody's great. Everybody deserves all the hugs in this game. Smiling back at you, she branches out the door. So I'm not sure like the exact reasons of her eccentricities. If there's some kind of trauma she's dealing with, or maybe she's just a fun child. Alright, doesn't seem like there's anything to do, so let's consider our options. Your fellow exiles are taking a moment to unwind. Jody motions for you to join them. Best get used to your new life here, reader. We seldom get such moments of reprieve. Perhaps some further study of that book shall pass the time. You could join me for a little stroll if you're feeling up to it. Always something to be foraged around here. Or you could teach us more of what you know. Prepare us for the next rite. In any case, we do what we can to stay busy. Keeps the sense of isolation well at bay. At certain junctures, you may choose from several vocations. So these are just ways in which we can make yourself useful during occasional moments of free time. Let's use what time we have. So we'll have different options, things that we can do during our free time, where we can forage for resources, where we can get items. We'll unlock a shop here shortly. And we'll be able to sell stuff to buy accessories, things to help boost people's stats and stuff like that. So this is a good way to get a hand on those. We can study in private, hone your skills as a reader to grant small global bonuses to your fellow exiles during the rites. So this allows us to get smaller buffs that apply to all of our characters, no matter what. So if you're not sure who you want to use, maybe you like switching people out, this is a good way to get small buffs applied to everyone. Or we could mentor somebody, so maybe you really like a certain character and you definitely want to use them for a while. This is a good way to boost someone's rank, get them a big chunk of personal XP to rank them up and get them, a special skill. So again, we're not trying to win here, so like accessories aren't going to do us very much good. Neither are small bonuses. This is really just going to be a for funsies, let's see what happens kind of run. I highly recommend if anybody plays the game to play it their way and, try to win, get your favorite characters their freedom. And the special accessories and global stuff would help a lot more in those cases. But we're going to mentor a companion just because it gets us a little more character flavor, which I appreciate. Having gleaned knowledge from the Book of Rites, you can impart some of its teaching. As each exile's path towards enlightenment is personal, you will have to mentor them one at a time. So this gives a large chunk. Anybody we give it to will likely level up. Maybe not Jody up to 3, but certainly Ruki or Edwin. I'll go ahead and do Ruki. Because he's the furthest away, so let's just do Ruki. Sure, sister, I could go for some enlightenment right about now. Might take the edge off. Drink of water. Much better. I suggest you guys get water too. Take care of yourselves. You illustrate to Ruki some of the intricacies of the rites, focusing on how all 3 in a triumvirate can move and act as one of mind. You sense he grasps some of the concepts. There we go. So, nice healthy level up there. See that, chums? Old Ruki Greentail's got some bite in him yet. Some underbite in him yet. Alright, so this is our skill tree for Ruki. Got the maneuvers of the mini-main. These skills enhance occurs agility and their fortune. Or we've got the traits of the Alpha Chief. These are going to enhance occurs relentlessness and fervor. Other curs of his age all needed to learn to navigate the many quirks of Jumer's personality. There had never been a quirk quite so bold or tireless in spirit as the famous Alpha Chief, Jumer Mini-Main. So let's take a look. Cloud Jump, Ruki can jump a second time while airborne. When sprinting, Ruki accelerates faster than usual to an even faster top speed. So super duper fast. That's already like his main thing. He runs friggin' circles around everybody. After he is banished by an adversary, Ruki has a 50% chance to return in only 1 second. So there's the option of if he gets taken down, there's a pretty good chance he'll come right back. Or Ruki can jump a second or third time while airborne, so he's just jumping all over the damn place. We all know dogs who do that. Glory Dive, Ruki deals an additional 5 damage when plunging into the adversary's pyre. Pretty good, and that adds up pretty quick. Everyone's only got, 100 by default, plus or minus a little bit. So additional 5, that could be enough to win a round in a shorter amount of time. Give them less chances on your team, on the opposing team. Explosive Temper, when Ruki banishes an adversary by casting his aura, the blast can banish other nearby adversaries. Ruki casts his aura 50% farther than usual. After plunging into the adversary's pyre, Ruki soon returns rather than remaining banished. Let's just make him a jumpy boy. Let's just have some fun with it. Again, we're not trying to win, so let's see what happens when he's just a jumping fool. When other curs proved they could jump far, Jumer decided he would jump twice as far. Let's go. Whew, I gotta hand it to you, sister. That book's not quite as boring as I thought. I better go lie down. That's right. Go rest. You've got some jumping to do, my friend. Let us continue. Onwards and upwards. Northwards. The path leading further west splits off, and once again your fellow exiles turn the choice of where to go over to you. Kay seems enthusiastic for whichever route you choose. So we got 2 options, Glue Hive and Fall Flat. Fall Flat is our south round. It's riddled with barren rock and bone. Kay believes those who travel this path shall be as swift as Jumer. Glue Hive, the north route across the valley, passes the remains of the Hive Titan. Kay believes those who travel this path shall be as strong as gold, he describes. I've seen rocks and bones before. I have never seen the remains of a Hive Titan. Let's go ahead and do that. It seems like the more exotic of the options. Kay is behaving stranger than usual as you pass through the stark badlands of Glue Hive. The north route across the Jumer Valley passes the remains of the Hive Titan. The lifeless carapace of Biolanthius still looms over the western edge of the valley. Some metal shit. The scribes, I think they're here. I think that they were here. You can feel their presence in the sand and in the air and all about. At first you pay it little heed, though later you observe your fellow exiles seem to be in better spirits than before. Perhaps it was the previous day's rest that did everyone good. Everyone gained +1 presence for the next rite. So it's not always like an item to sell you get from these different options. You can get buffs for the next rite. Either way, you will gain something. It's just, what will you gain? To my knowledge, there aren't any, like, negative options. It's just, what do you need? What do you want? En route to the Spring of Jomer, you hear all about the roving slug market, which appears to be nearby. Ruki insists you take a look. Okay, so they updated Ruki's little card here. He is an opportunistic and well-connected cur, still clinging to his once comfortable lifestyle. He does adorn himself quite nicely. We've got a page over there to look at, but let's go to the slug market first. And get rid of this strange contraband. Hey guys, hey, how's it going, Mr. Greentail? Been a while and all that. Hey Ron, it's going. So Ron is a traveling sales creature and proprietor of the Downside Slug Market. Look at him, he's great. Say, how come you've set up shop all the way out here? Isn't this a little out of the way? Oh well, let's just say you guys ain't my only customers. You see, Dad and I, we know this business pretty good. We've been around the block, and so, as Ron keeps blathering, Ruki signals to you in a furtive way. Here's the deal, sister. Got an informant, says there's something here connected to this Rite's business. See if you can spot it. Should be able to pawn some of our stuff to make the trade. And don't worry about Falcon Ron. So anyways, you got something for me or what? That plain parcel you got there, I could take it off your paws if you want. So let's take this. We are going to sell it. Get some cash. Hey, you. I'll take it, Mr. Greentail. Though you drive a pretty hard bargain. Now you going to take something off my hands here or what? So they want us to grab the moon crest. Boop. So that's going to take half of our money, but that's okay. That's a one-of-a-kind thing, stranger, you got there. You know, you got yourself a real good deal for me as well, so thanks. Switch to the roster to equip the talisman. Excuse me. Apparently any one of us bozos can get a little edge out of that thing during the rites. I mean, just a question of who gets to try it out. Each of your fellow exiles may have one talisman equipped. So let's see. There are different little equipables here. They're all going to do different things. Buffing any one of the different stats are buffing the different moves. So you just have to mix and match, see what works well. Do we strengthen somebody's already high points? Do we try to make someone a little more well-rounded? It is up to you. So after being banished by an adversary, the bear has a chance to return immediately. This is by 30%. A trinket resembling the intricate sigil of the night wings, it shines with a faint light. So let's see, banishment time, I believe, is affected by hope. So Edwin's got a pretty quick respawn time of just under 7 seconds. Ruki has one of a little over 5 seconds. And Jody is 11 seconds. So the bigger the number, since this is a percentage thing, bigger the number, the bigger the change, I think. So the 30% will likely do the most for Jody. So we'll go ahead and give it to Jody. Go. Anyways, Dad over here, his feet, you know, we've been having some trouble with his feet getting real something or other from all the hoofing around. And so you see, Ruki indicates to you that now would be a good time to depart. I wish I could just leave when people are talking too much without being considered rude. Like Falcon Ron, he doesn't get his feelings hurt. See, Mr. Greentail, and your friend there too. I like her. Seems real nice, you know. It'd be great to just be able to walk away when there's some person just talking your ear off. Let's check the Book of Rites. Got a new page. Go here so everyone can read along. The last emperor in words of Gol, the master general. How many nations did I scour in the name of Solium Mur? How many countries fell before our spears and blades? Such questions mattered less to me with every passing victory. Our legions swelled across the land, and our dominion grew. The Emperor Solium Mur paid all this little heed. He only tended to his personal affairs. Our legions relished the autonomy. We did not know that the Emperor cared nothing for his legions, nor his people. He cared only for that which was before him. One day he learned of such a thing as to befit his name and vowed to seek it out. So if we go back to our forward here, where was the other page? Yes, the thrice cursed name of Solium Mur. So the old emperor there, he was eventually put into the downside, so he's doing a lot of shit, and it's going to get bad for him. But we know, thanks to this page, that things are going to get better at some point. He is going to find redemption, and we'll get more knowledge to that as we continue to play. So let's keep going. Edwin wants to talk to us. Let's see what he has to say. Edwin motions for you to join him. While his manner is as easygoing as ever, you sense he is searching for the right words for what he's about to say. You asked what I did to get thrown in here. Figured I'd tell you. The others know. I was on the blood border for several years, an outrider. No real rank, but a pretty important job. Whenever the harp swooped in, it was up to me to raise the alarm. So the blood border is the northern edge of the Commonwealth, flat and vulnerable expanse. The high-wing remnants seized upon it at every opportunity from the cover of clouds or darkness. He was guarding, protecting that border of the Commonwealth against the harps, a winged race, also known as the high-wing remnants, at war with the Commonwealth. They are as coarse as their feathers. They hold themselves superior. The Archjustice Androbelis the Ninth. One day the harps came without warning. No alarm. It was a slaughter. So I heard because I wasn't there. I was with one of them. Heck yeah. I've seen the harps. I don't blame you, bro. Look, that's a story for another time. The point is, they branded me Hedwyn the Deserter before they sent me out. Nothing wrong with loving somebody, man. I didn't want to fight. I abandoned my post. My friends, they paid dearly for it. I ended up down here. Understandable reason to carry around some guilt, though. Your choice did lead to some death. Pretty bad case of death. Hedwyn looks at you as his smile reappears. It's not something I like to talk about, as you can tell, but I know that you'd been wondering, and you deserve to know. I made a promise to you earlier when we first met that you'd go free as well if any of us go free. That promise might not carry that much weight, I guess, coming from a deserter. I trust him. Feels like he does the right thing for the right reasons. Anyway, that's all. Thank you for hearing me out. There's not much good here on the downside, but at least the past is behind us. Now only one way to go. Hopefully we can get some freedom in another playthrough. Because we're going to be losing all over the place. It's going to reek of freaking failure. He leaves you there to consider his words. So now's a good time to check the common room. In the common room, you may review various notes and observations about your fellow exiles and their respective paths towards enlightenment and the rites. So this is a good place to recheck everybody's masteries, their skills, change equipment layouts, stats, how close they are to the next rank up, and then a nice little biography, which is really what I care about. Since we're going for a losing playthrough, stats and stuff don't really matter much, but the story certainly does. So let's learn about Hedwyn. He is a nomad, the free spirit. He wanders the downside in search of a way to regain his freedom and return to his home. So they give you information about their different moves, how their casts work, if their jump is anything special, if their sprint does anything special. Slight spoiler, we will be getting more people in our team here. In our roster, it'll fill out quite significantly, and everyone's going to play a little bit different. I don't think there's any necessary to lose, at least on normal, if you try pretty hard. But I imagine if you wanted to play on like the hardest difficulties, you might have to find good synergies, and then checking out everybody's rights powers, making sure they got the best skills and items and stuff would probably be required. But that's way beyond me. So let's check out Hedwyn's personal information. So he is a nomad, common folk cast from the Commonwealth, stripped of name, home, and title. They came from all directions towards the Commonwealth, where at last they settled, some of them. He's an outrider. They ensured the high-wing remnants never flew far from the mountain pass. Those who served on the blood border were taught to always watch the skies. His star sign is that of Lenoriel. He was born on the 29th of 7th moon, suggesting he is devoted and faithful, which definitely checks out. He seems like somebody who is going to be there for the people he cares about. So it's really interesting that he was able to be a deserter, because those two things seem to kind of go against one another. One's astral sign often foretells of one's disposition, strengths, and idiosyncrasies. Desertion, he fled the blood borders north front without leave and did not return. As mercy guides our hand, we spared your lives, but rid ourselves of you. So they're not going to kill you, but we're not going to deal with you. Insurrection, the records state he wished to relay Commonwealth military secrets to the enemy. It's unclear if that was true or if that was just what they say occurred. On the downside, one's past tends not to be a subject for discussion. It seems like he was doing things out of love, and someone got hurt, which happens. And he's been down here 5 years. Hedwyn has survived for 5 years in the downside thus far. It is a life sentence. So if you do not gain your freedom from the Rites, you are stuck here. Some withstand the downside for no longer than a day or two, while others last for many, many years. So Hedwyn is doing all right. 5 years seems like he's doing better than average. While serving on the blood border, by chance, he had a run-in with a lone enemy harp. They each felt a powerful connection and escaped together rather than fight each other to the death, as would have been expected. He lost contact with her after their encounter and left his post in search of her, but he was caught and exiled. In the downside, he found Jodariel, who looked after him when he was a child. Time he caught wind of an unbelievable rumor and first heard the name of Sandalwood. So clearly he's going to be important soon, Sandalwood. It's interesting that Jody found Hedwyn when he was a child, and he's been here for 5 years. So, childhood is 12, 13, so Hedwyn probably is somewhere between 16 and 18 right now. So he's doing pretty well, all things considered. Let's learn about Jody. She is a demon, a fallen soldier. She is a grim, long-time resident of the downside, grown accustomed to surviving here. We know that downside's been around for centuries, so let's see what we know about her. She is a demon. People who survived in exile long enough to be transformed by it in body, if not in spirit. So even if you maintain your strong will and hope, that does not mean that the downside will eventually change who you are. All are welcome here, save demons such as you, from the sentencing of Chief Physician Orlek. She is a veteran. Everyone served on the Commonwealth's blood border. Those who excelled remained. So part of the Commonwealth Army, clashing with the Highwind remnants frequently. But we don't know her crime, her motive, how long she's been exiled here, her astral sign, but she has certainly been here long enough to have been competent to take care of a Hedwyn as a child, and long enough for the place to physically transform her. She seems to be responsible for the Black Wagon's security. Her features suggest she has lived in exile for much longer than the others. Her grim outlook and the fact that she still wears the bronze clasp of the Commonwealth blood border, I suppose is that little thing right there, suggest a military background, though what she did to earn her sentence you do not yet know. Does Hedwyn have the same one? He does indeed, because they were both members of the Commonwealth Army. And Rookie, the fast-talking cur. He's an opportunistic and well-connected cur, still clinging to his once comfortable lifestyle. Well, there's his information about his cash jumps and sprints, which we don't care too much about, but it's there if you look at it. The curs, swift, dog-like, their loyalty, optimism, and appreciation for the simpler things. The Alpha Chiefs would later say their kind went soft no sooner than they joined the Commonwealth. He's a trafficker, so thus his connections to black markets and that strange parcel we found before. Dealing with contraband for long enough can lead to making many strange acquaintances. What remains now of the Fallen Empire's old and tarnished currency is still of value to some. We don't know anything else about him, though. He seems to be the most well-connected of the masked wanderers who found you and knows something of the land. His rather opportunistic disposition in his ostentatious clothing suggests a lucrative background, indeed. In the mercantile business, even still, you do not yet know for sure what he did to earn his sentence. All right. And we will continue to look at those when we get new people, or if people's biographies are updated through the story. Let us commence. Onwards. As you complete preparations for the rites to commence, you notice Kay approaching. You notice, too, that she is wearing your companion's raiments. We can go home? Kay, I thought I made myself quite clear that you were not to touch those robes. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Jodoreo. I just thought that maybe you were being funny at the time. Unbelievable. Hey, something's happening in the sky. I think we're up. Here we go. Time for the next bout of losing.
Reader,
I'll let Severus Snape take it from here.
What brings you to the spring of Jomir? Why, it must have been the stars. Although it seems that your triumvirate now numbers 4 exiles, not the expected 3.
Oh no.
The rules of the rites were not created for you to besmirch.
We just can't help but break the rules.
Now to confront the fate. They still honor the traditions of the scribes, and surely have been longing for this chance.
Most assuredly.
But first, you have a choice to make.
So we've got 4 team members. So, provided Faye's officially joined us, we can now choose team members, I believe. The sky burns bright once more as your next adversaries and the rites approach. Oh, look at this guy. Their apparent leader is a bent old cur who guards you with a formal bow. At his side is an intense young man. I hail you, exiles of the Nightwings, and I am grateful that you chose to grace us with your presence once again. I am called Dalbert Oldheart. He's an honorable old cur bent on upholding the sacred traditions of the rites with his son. He takes this very seriously. This is my son, Almer. He is the dutiful foster son of Dalbert Oldheart and is very protective of him above all else. We need not greet them, Father. We shall face you in this field this night, and may the victor's pyre burn eternal. But first, we offer you a token of good faith, and show of appreciation that the Nightwings have returned. So we've been off the scene for a little while. Dalbert approaches you with something in his paw. He says, he hands to you a small talisman. Tailwind Crest grants the bearer 2 quickness, a forged metal brooch, cool to the touch, depicting some triumph of the sea domain. Thank him and begin. Well, there's their team right there. That cur was very kind, and his son, he was so caring, wasn't he? When can we start? I want to help you beat them. We need 3 of us exactly to conduct a rite, but we've got 4 now besides the reader. This ought to be her call. If someone has to stand beside this time, I volunteer. No volunteering, chum. It ought to be the reader's call, remember? Very well then, reader. Who shall it be? Henceforth, he shall choose 3 exiles to conduct each rite. Let's make our choices.
Shall begin forthwith.
So Hedwin hasn't leveled up. Let's choose him. Let's bring Hedwin in. You didn't have to do this, but I'll do my best. Let's get Ruki. Excuse me, let me decline a phone call. Yeah, let's get Ruki, but let's give him that quickness thing. Make him even faster. Oh, don't have to tell me twice, sister. And Jody. I'll leave Jody out for a little while. She can rest. Let's try Faye. I don't think I've ever really used her much, so let's give it a shot. You can check your adversaries at any point. So they don't have any masteries yet. They don't have any talismans. Nobody's got anything. All right, so that's a good way for you to figure out teams off of who you're going against. So we'll do this. Let's bring Kay. I think I called her Faye last time out of habit from what I named her last time. Oh, me? Thank you. Thank you for believing me, because I think the scribes do too.
It is done.
If you intend to prevail in the rites, you would be wise not to exclude me next time. I'm sorry, Jody. Nightwings, I trust you are all well prepared for these old eyes, yet see that the rites shall be commencing momentarily. Are you quite ready too, my son? I hope so, Father. Here, now, let me show you. Now this is why I hesitated to call the opposing teams like villains or antagonists earlier. People like Dalbert and Ulmer really are just rivals. And aren't evil. They want to get out same as us. Look forth, my son. The waters of Jumur Minimane bring blessings unto us this eve. Perhaps our chance has come at last. We need more than blessings to prevail against them, Father. Please keep fighting. Oh, we can collect moon drops. I don't recall what these things do. Infinite stamina. Okay. Huh. Let's see how Faye does. She has like a little jump like that. She has a like short startup, but a pretty good speed going there. And she can charge her jump. So everybody plays a little bit differently. I'll let them get a point. Again, we're trying to let them win. I want to see what happens. And if I lose, that means when you play the game, you can have them win and really get a handle on things. So I'm going to pass it straight to them. There you go. Enjoy. Jump.
That ought to wake you up.
Yes. I am not paying attention.
The Nightwings seem to be falling behind.
Oh no. Well, you ran right into that one, bro. So if your aura is a little bit bigger, you can like get someone else, even if their auras are still out, as long as yours overlaps them, I believe. Doop-a-doop-doo. Whoa.
Glory to the scribes.
Glory. I'm going to try to make a couple of points here, so it's not such a bore.
A blow against the adversary's pyre.
Go. So I'm not losing at the game because I suck. I'm losing because I choose to lose, making me the true victor. I have the power of choice. So you can kind of like jump over people's stuff. Whee! Take them out. Take them out. You can kind of like cut them off sometimes. There we go. That's fine by me. I got nothing against them winning. It is my point. The Fate have won. And obviously, Severus Snape's over there. He loves it when we lose. He's just gonna rub our noses in it. You can't even see him, but you know he's got a shit-eating grin on. He loves it. He revels in it. Nightwings, the dawn is ours, but we shall meet again. Let us go now, Father. May our next ride against them go as smoothly. That could have gone better. Indeed. Yeah, that old cur, he got us good back there. He was fast.
There is much to learn from this.
And you always get a little bit of experience. I think I'm beginning to understand something of all this, my friend. Right, so Edwin's turn. Let's explore his skill trees real quick. So we've got Marks of the Master General, enhancing a nomad's skill and versatility, or Bonds of the Saharian Legion. These enhance a nomad's influence over his triumvirate. Though many were conscripted into the Master General's Legion, many more simply volunteered. And Gol never ordered an assault in which he did not participate firsthand. Let's take a look. Headwind gains 50% more stamina, letting him jump and sprint more often. When power casting, Headwind's aura travels in a wider, longer line. If Headwind jumps into airborne adversaries, he banishes them. After Headwind douses the adversary's pyre, his pyre recovers equal damage, or equal points equal to 50% of the damage dealt. Headwind and his allies regenerate stamina twice as quickly. Headwind and his allies may instantly return banished allies by moving to where they fell. While bearing the orb, Headwind and his allies move with and past the orb more quickly. And Headwind and his allies cause banished adversaries to remain banished for 2 seconds longer than usual. I'll go with this one, regenerating a little more quickly. The warriors of the Saharan Legion fought tirelessly against countless enemies. Let's just do
The
that.
Master General reveals his stratagem.
So everybody gained a little bit from that. Even if you lose, you still level up, so you're never going to be like super far behind, such that you'll like never be able to win.
Until
Alright.
the stars
Hello,
align.
excuse me. I mean, would you excuse me for a moment? Do you think? You're one of them. What do you want? Father needs me. Oh, I'm sorry. I think that I forgot what I was going to say. I'm so embarrassed. What is the matter with you? It is against the rights for us to even speak like this. I did not know that, I don't think. No one said anything like that to me. But then all this, it's very new to me, and so I thought maybe to be young again. You cannot be serious. Yes, I mean, I like to laugh. I like to laugh a lot. And you, how about you? This is a Nightwing's trick. Father told me not to speak with any of you. But I have to go. Wait, Almer, wait. I think that was your name. Was that even your name? Wait. She wants a friend. All right. Let's see what's going on next. We will probably shut it down after this. We made some good headway. Hopefully this stuff is actually useful, other than like last time where I royally screwed up. It seems better in my ears, so hopefully it's better for everyone else as well. As you return to the wagon after suffering defeat by the Fate, you notice Jody tense up and frown. We didn't look at the Fate. An honorable triumvirate determined to uphold the traditions, led by the cur Dalbert Oldheart with the help of his adopted son, the savage Almer the Helpless. Where did he go? Who? Wait, the sleeping guy? The minstrel, he's gone. You see, it's true. There is no trace of the lone minstrel who had been lying still in the corner of the wagon all this time. You join the others and search for him outside. Your fellow exiles have revealed nothing to you of the lone minstrel or how they found him, though you sense their concern as they scour the vicinity for him. We'll worry about the minstrel, my friend. You worry about the stars. Wherever they guide us, we're going. You gaze upon the stars once more. So we'll get our next destination set, and then we will move on. Let's see. Is this where we're going? Oh, but the Midnight Star. The Midnight Star burns bright over the standing stones at the edge of the flagging hands. Let's go. Everyone, we're headed back east, all the way across the valley, towards the cairn of Haub. According to the stars, the next rite shall commence here. The accursed imp here failed the mighty bone titan Shaq's 6 shoulders. It's a great name. That's right, we have to risk it. What if that minstrel guy doesn't turn up by then? We shall find him, on this night or another. They continue searching for some time, however the minstrel is nowhere to be found. Alright, let's go ahead and it should save automatically. Alright, there's the symbol. Alright, hopefully that was fun for everybody. This is an absolutely exceptional game. I've mentioned it before that um, Supergiant is great. I've only ever played two of their games, Hades and Pyre. Hades is obviously excellent. Clearly, no one needs to be told that. Anyone can just see that immediately. I feel like more people do need to know about Pyre. It's not even that much older, I think. But no one's talking about it, which is a damn shame. I like some of the characters a little bit more. It's worth talking about, and no one's really talking about it at all. So hopefully this game can spark, or the stream can spark a little bit of buzz, get a couple people to play it. Maybe we can talk about it. Hopefully some people will actually show up. Hopefully I can be entertaining enough for that to happen. And I think that's it. Again, we're going for a losing playthrough. So if you decide to play it for yourself, you will definitely get something different than me, because most people playing this game, even if they lose a couple times, probably aren't going to lose everything. You clearly have to try to lose. A couple rounds adds unique dialogue, but the more serious rites that you go through as you go through the game, those you really want to win. You'd probably even restart if you lost or something like that. So me losing those will be pretty unique, and will ultimately change the ending of the game. So my playthrough will definitely be different than yours. I hope you can tune into the stream next time I have it. I'm going to try to become a little more consistent and put a schedule out. So keep an eye on that. I'll also be uploading these to my YouTube channel under the same name, Teacher to Streamer. Thank you so much for joining me. Please interact with me any way that you can. I've got a Twitter, I've got an Instagram. I'd be more than happy to talk about this game or any other game at any point, or about being an ex-teacher, because that is an interesting kind of situation as well. Either way, have a wonderful day. Please take care of yourself. You are loved, whether you realize it or not. Hopefully, you'll start to realize it, and hopefully, you'll start loving yourself too, because you deserve it, most definitely. Have a wonderful day.